Week 14 of the NFL kicks off with Thursday Night Football between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. We break down the game, give you our best bet, and it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandstandBettors.com. Week 14 kicks off with Thursday Night Football action between the Steelers and the Vikings. We'll get into that breakdown in just a moment. If you're new to Grandstand Bettors, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our NFL picks and predictions all season long. While you're at it, smash that like button if your NFL team still has a chance at making the playoffs. So many teams do. Should be a last fun 5 weeks of the NFL season. But without further ado, let's dive into a game between two potential playoff teams, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. The spread in this game is at 3 in favor of the Vikings, and the over-under is at 43.5 here. Both these teams, as we just mentioned, in the hunt for a wild card spot right now. This game could make or break a team's chance. The Steelers, they're coming into this one 6-5-1 after a 20-19 win over the Ravens on Sunday. They broke their 2-game losing streak in which their defense had given up 82 points combined in those losses. They looked much better last week against one of the best offenses in the NFL, but they've really struggled to defend the run this season. They're giving up 130 yards per game on the ground. Now, luckily for them, the Vikings will be without Dalvin Cook, but running a backup Alexander Madison looked pretty good last week, rushing for 90 yards and a touchdown and catching 3 times out of the backfield for 34 yards. The Vikings, they have a very balanced attack, which should help them move the ball down the field against the Steelers a few times in this game, but they're going to need to punch the ball into the end zone if they want to win this game. The Steelers' defense is 4th best in the league in opponent red zone scoring percentage, even though offenses have moved the ball against their defense between the 20s. Once they get into the red zone, the Pittsburgh defense seems to really live by that bend, don't break mantra. They've done a great job. Now, on the other side of the ball, Minnesota ranks 25th in red zone scoring defense. Not very good. They're giving up touchdowns 66% of the time to opposing offenses, and Pittsburgh is actually in the top half of the league in scoring in the red zone. So that kind of edge already goes to the Steelers there. A big reason for the success in the red zone has been running back Najee Harris. This guy runs the ball extremely hard down the field. He's also very elusive, making it hard for defensive backs to make open field tackles against them. Now, the Steelers have several wideouts, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and the rookie Pat Freiermuth, who are also very dangerous in the red zone, especially on some fade routes, making this offense just that much more harder to defend in the red zone. Vikings, they've struggled on defense this year. They're giving up 25 points per game, including 29 in the loss last week to the Lions. It is very imperative that they get something going defensively and try to slow down Najee Harris in this one, because when the Steelers' run game is on point, it really opens the many options that Big Ben has to utilize in his tight ends and his receivers. So that is really going to be something to look at in this game. But the difference in this game, in our opinion, comes down to defense for us. Both these teams have several weapons on offense and are led by veteran quarterbacks who've been in a situation before where they needed a win to keep them in a hunt for the playoffs. Although Pittsburgh has struggled to defend the run this season, the Vikings, they've actually been worse, and containing running back Najee Harris is going to be a problem for them. Furthermore, the Vikings secondary is 23rd in the NFL, while the Steelers rank 14th. Now, a big reason for that is because of how good the Steelers pass rush Now, a big reason for that is how good the Steelers' pass rush has been. Minnesota's offensive line, they've given up 18 sacks this season, and they're going to struggle in this one with that defense of the Steelers. We think Steelers are going to create pressure on Kirk Cousins, and it's going to disrupt that passing game. Now, Thielen is out, so they're already going to be down him. The Vikings have played 6 games this season that have been decided by 3 points or less, and in a game that has playoff implications, this game is going to be a one-score game. So with all that said, and as much, and let me really drive home this point, as much as we hate rooting for this team, we are going to take for Thursday Night Football the Steelers +3 over the Vikings. Now, join us Thursday night live here on our YouTube channel at 8:15 as we do play-by-play of the Thursday Night Football game between the Steelers and the Vikings and dive into some live betting. In the meantime, join our Patreon for a sports pick each and every day. The link is in the description below. And if you haven't already, go ahead, check out grandstandbettors.com. Make sure you become part of our family and start living that grandstand life. But, as always, sit back, relax, get ready for some Week 14 NFL action, and we'll see you live for the game.